KXO, it is 7:33 on a Saturday morning. Easter weekend is what it is. There'll be no Easter egg hunts tomorrow. The Easter Bunny has to stay at home just like the rest of us. It is a birthday time. We got some birthdays today. Not a whole bunch of them, but we've got some. April 11th birthdays. Actor Joel Grey is 88 years old. Don't know what happened to Joel. Actress Louise Lasser is 81. Actor Peter Reigart, he was in Animal House. He's 73. Actor Bill Irwin, he was on Law & Order, SUV. He's 70 years old today. Singer Lisa Stansfield is 54. She doesn't look anywhere near that. Singer Josh Stone is 33. Those are the big shot birthdays. Those are the only ones we got. Got some local people, though. They're coming up next.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to Barbara McPherson, Rhonda Allen, that's the mom, Shannon Walters as well, that's the daughter, Francisco Montañez, Bianca Platero, Gina Aguilar, Nick Vasquez, Marguerite Mitchell, Leonardo Sanchez, Anaya Patton, Jackie Presley, Castulo Flores. Happy birthday, Castulo. Dennis Chronister, Eli Soto, Marcy Retanya, Hector Rubalcaba, and Victor Gonzalez. Happy birthday to every single one.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground, covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns, and that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
And it's time for the World California News Headlines, brought to you by Locke Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales and service, call the experts at Locke Air Conditioning.
CBS News Update. Schools in New York City are going to stay closed. Mayor Bill de Blasio told New Yorkers his decision in the past hour.
And after very careful consideration, I announced today that the New York City public schools will remain closed for the remainder of this school year.
This is New York City and state remain the areas hardest hit by the coronavirus. New York has been seeing around 700 deaths each day. CBS's Nicole Killian reports on possible new stimulus plans.
The Treasury Secretary has requested more money for the loan program and has restarted talks with congressional leaders. The president also said there would be a meeting with airlines over the weekend. They're eligible for $25 billion in cash grants, but multiple sources tell CBS News that Treasury told them they may have to pay some of it back.
And some of the airlines may not be willing to do that. CBS News Update. I'm Steve Futterman.
Lock Air Conditioning wants you to protect the things you care about. Protect your family with the air scrubber that utilizes Active Pure, certified technology to protect against airborne and surface contaminants. Clean, deodorize, purify, and protect not only your family, but your home. The air scrubber installs easily to your heating and cooling system, and it's made in the USA. Call Lock Air Conditioning now for details. 760-353-4501. Lock Air Conditioning, and protect the things you care about. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. There are now 21,374 coronavirus cases in California, with 598 fatalities. California has reported 598 deaths from the coronavirus over 2.5 months, while New York, with fewer people, reported 799 in one day. Early shutdowns of schools, businesses, and other such actions, plus a car-centric society, may have helped keep the death toll lower. Governor Gavin Newsom says the state is preparing for when it will reopen.
We have detailed strategies that we're working on that we're very close to making public.
San Francisco Mayor London Breed says a COVID-19 outbreak has occurred at a homeless shelter in the city.
We want to announce that we have identified 70 people, 68 members of the shelter, as well as 2 staff members who have tested positive for COVID-19.
And L.A. has extended the city's stay-at-home order until May 15th. Mike Sauceda, California Headline News.
And World California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. For your air conditioning and sheet metal needs, call Lock Air Conditioning today, 760-353-4501.
As soon as we're back out in our yard, yep, we get company.
Dandelions, lurking crabgrass, and wheat-thin grass. But Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action takes care of them all. Now, with one bag, you can kill weeds, prevent crabgrass for up to 4 months, and feed for greener grass. Triple Action, so your lawn thrives, guaranteed. Only from Scott's.
Weeds aren't welcome here.
This is a Scott's yard. Pick up a bag of Scott's Triple Action today.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders here. In times like these, there's nothing more comforting than comfort food you don't have to cook. So get a $20 fill-up from KFC. Choose from 8 pieces of original recipe or extra crispy chicken, or get 12 tenders. Comes with all the fixings to feed your whole family. Order ahead at KFC.com. Our drive-thrus are still open. Or stay in. Get free KFC delivery by Grubhub. With buckets of love, Colonel Sanders. Participating locations only. Prices may vary. Taxes, substitutions extra. Free delivery exclusively by Grubhub for a limited time. Additional fees apply. Terms apply. Participating KFCs on Grubhub.
And it's page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 2 locations in the valley, in Brawley at Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and in El Centro on Imperial Avenue, right next to Food for Less. Latest numbers on COVID-19 as released by the Imperial County Public Health Department. There have been 667 patients tested. 79 have tested positive. 25 have recovered completely. There's been 3 fatalities. There are currently 51 active cases of COVID-19 in the Imperial Valley. Imperial Irrigation District has announced the hiring of a new deputy energy manager who will be in charge of distribution planning and engineering, substation engineering, standards, energy project management, and customer project development, and will assist in setting strategy to meet the needs of the state's 6th largest electric utility. Sandra Blaine, most recently Vice President of Utility Services with Planet Forward Energy Services, where she helped several utilities develop an organizational structure focused on results, will begin her work with the IID on Monday, this coming Monday, April 13th. We'll have more in just a minute.
It's Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 2 locations in the Valley, on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less in El Centro, and in the Brawley Auto Plaza, Highway 86 and Julia Drive. Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m., Saturdays 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. And Quick Lane has the best prices on name brand tires, guaranteed. Just ask your Quick Lane advisor for details. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro.
And the Imperial County officials have issued a new health officer order. A new order requires all residents and visitors of Imperial County to wear cloth face coverings when out in public. The order requires anyone likely to come in contact with other members of the public at places like grocery stores, pharmacies, restaurants, hardware stores, and any other business that allows public access to cover up. The use of face coverings is also required for all critical infrastructure workers who, while working, are likely to have direct contact with members of the public or are unable to maintain a minimum of 6 feet separation with coworkers at all times. Officials do not recommend that the public use medical masks, which are in short supply and are to be reserved for frontline healthcare workers. The order went into effect at midnight this morning. It remains in effect until further notice. Violation of the order is a misdemeanor and punishable of a fine up to $1,000 or up to 90 days in jail for each violation. And the regular meeting of the Imperial Irrigation District Board of Directors, scheduled for Tuesday, April 14th in La Quinta, has been canceled. Next board meeting will be held Tuesday, April 21st in El Centro. And that's it. That's page 1 of the local news. A service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in El Centro on Imperial Avenue next to Food for Less. In Brawley on Highway 86 and Julia Drive, Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
I understand how challenging this moment is for our families and our communities. That is why our state is responding at every level of government to slow the spread of COVID-19 while ensuring our most vulnerable Californians have what they need. But we can each do our part, and it starts by staying home. I know this is a big sacrifice for so many, but staying home saves lives. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov.
And it's page 2 of the local news, brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for your life and health insurance needs or retirement planning. Unemployment claims reach record levels. There is help, however. The record number of unemployed is a direct result of the COVID-19 pandemic, with non-essential businesses closed to help stem the spread of the coronavirus. Governor is providing some assistance. His office has announced additional unemployment benefits for workers impacted by the pandemic. Beginning Sunday, tomorrow, those workers will begin receiving an extra $600 on top of their weekly amount. It is part of the new pandemic additional compensation initiated by the CARES Act. The governor says this is an important benefit that will help individual Californians and the small businesses, especially those that are struggling economically as a result of the COVID-19. Single vehicle rollover, California Highway Patrol is investigating. Happened at around 8:30 Friday morning at Interstate 8 and at the southbound Highway 111 off-ramp. Off-ramp was closed for a few minutes to allow for emergency vehicles to attend the scene and the driver of the vehicle. The female driver of the yellow PT Cruiser was able to exit the vehicle on her own. She was checked for injuries. No other details have been made available. Scene was cleared at just before 9 a.m. And a Border Patrol incident, the agents arrested a man with methamphetamine, marijuana, hashish, bulk cash, and multiple firearms in his car. The incident occurred Wednesday at the Interstate 8 checkpoint east of Yuma. A Border Patrol canine alerted to a Subaru Outback. The man was driving the vehicle, and he was then referred to the secondary inspection area. Agents discovered the drugs, a pistol, and a shotgun, as well as a large amount of currency in the vehicle. Driver, a 38-year-old U.S. citizen, was arrested and turned over to the Yuma County Narcotics Task Force for prosecution. And there was another single vehicle rollover, 2 of them yesterday morning. Second one was at around 9:40 in the morning. California Highway Patrol says it happened on eastbound Interstate 8 at West Side Road near Sealy. It was reported by the U.S. Border Patrol. They told the CHP the vehicle was leaking gas. Caltrans was called in for cleanup. Both lanes of the interstate were closed for a period. An occupant of the vehicle was able to exit the vehicle on his own. An ambulance was called in to check for injuries. Highway Patrol is continuing to investigate that incident. We got to take a look at your weather in just a minute.
David H. West Insurance has been helping residents in Imperial Valley for many years with their insurance needs. David, Jose, and staff are trained professionals who can help you make the right decision with your insurance coverage, from health, Medicare, and most importantly, a life insurance plan. How much life insurance do you need and what's your monthly cost? We'll call David H. West Insurance today to make an appointment and get a free quote on a life insurance plan that's right for you and your family at 760-352-3411. That's 352-3411.
The high temperature yesterday, 63 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 53.01 inches of rain overnight. The National Weather Service says a lingering low pressure system will move through today after a brief break into Sunday morning. Another upper level disturbance will bring additional rain chances to mainly the higher terrain for later Sunday into Monday. Much drier conditions by the middle of next week will accompany rapidly warming temperatures, with the highs climbing into just above normal by the end of next week. Weather forecast calling for partly cloudy skies today, then gradually becoming sunny. Highs right near 74, west and northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, overnight lows around 55. Southwest winds at around 10 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny skies, highs right near 80. Breezy throughout the day. West wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly clear skies, overnight lows around 57. Breezy throughout the night, Sunday night. Mostly sunny on Monday. Highs right near 80. Breezy throughout the day. West wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20 miles per hour at times. And right now, we're looking at 52 degrees, 93% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality is good for most of the region. We have no report on Brawley, but it's good everywhere else this morning. Has been all morning long. That's it. That's page 2 of the local news. It's been brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance plans and Medicare supplement coverage. That's David H. West Insurance Services.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns, and that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
And 41-year-old Drew Brees. He's the quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, but how long that'll last is anybody's guess. He plans to play the 2020 season if it gets underway after signing a 2-year, $50 million contract extension with the Saints last month. When he is done with the Saints, when he's finished playing quarterback, he's got a job all lined up. He's going to join NBC After Football, lined up as the next Sunday night football analyst. So Brees is preparing for the future. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, he's in the draft. He's a high-ranking draft guy. He has dispelled the injury concerns. He said it's all part of football. His health continues to be a talking point ahead of this month's NFL draft. Friday night, the former Alabama star took it on himself to try to dispel any thoughts that he might be injury-prone. Said I'm not playing badminton. I'm not on the swim team. I'm a football player, and that's part of football. That's what he said. XFL, could that be all over? And they've suspended operations. They've laid off all the employees, and they have not announced any plans for the 2021 season. Could have seen the last of the XFL. It might not be anymore.
There's no basketball. There's no baseball. Oh, what are we going to do? No problem.
Let's play some football.
AM 1230 and the Westwood One Radio Network will bring you classic postseason NFL games. Monday and Thursday night football returns with classic NFL playoff games, including Super Bowl I. Relive history with some of the very best football ever on AM 1230.
And in soccer, Switzerland's federal prosecutor is about to end its investigation into former FIFA president Sepp Blatter's deals with the Caribbean Football Union, or CFU, to sell World Cup broadcasting rights. Apparently, they have announced that there are not going to be any charges brought against him. So there you go. Cities and venues across North America have reached out to the NHL to pitch themselves as potential hosts for neutral site playoff games. This, according to the NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daley, said they do have people putting together the comprehensive laundry list of what they would do or what they would need from facilities and evaluating some facilities on some level. Daley said they can't tell you, can't say that they've even finished creating a list of potential sites, much less narrowed it down to any certain sites. The NFL Competition Committee does not endorse pass interference review. Competition Committee has decided not to endorse a renewal of replay review for pass interference, according to a list of rules proposals released Friday by the league. And the PGA is getting ready to return. PGA Tour on Friday sent a memo to players that outlines the efforts to reconfigure the schedule and said events eventually could be played without spectators. Well, there you go. NASCAR has joined the other motorsports in the communities to help combat the coronavirus pandemic. They are helping in passing out protective masks, hospital gowns, drive-through test facilities, and machines to help virus-stricken lungs fill with oxygen, the ventilators. NASCAR, IndyCar, NHRA, and others are all working on that together. Jimmy Johnson, he announced this was his final season. The season's been canceled. What's going on there? Johnson still believes that 2020 will be his last full-time season. After that, he will race part-time in various other motorsports activities. Falcons' Todd Gurley will wear number 21. Says Deion Sanders told him not to pick that jersey number. That's Deion's old number. It was a request that was ultimately denied. Gurley said he understands Deion Sanders' concerns about not wanting somebody to wear his old number, but that's too bad. He's going to wear it anyway. Ronda Rousey is blasting ungrateful WWE fans while shooting down a full-time wrestling return. Rousey spent 232 days reigning as the WWE Raw Women's Champion but between August and 2018, April 2019. Since losing the title, she has not been seen at WWE. Says she's not going to be seen very often because she's not going back. She don't like the fans. It's not the way they've been treating her. Shame on them. Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert's relationship is on thin ice due to the coronavirus situation. According to reports, Gobert and Mitchell were the first two players in the NBA to test positive for the coronavirus, and they're now going at each other. NFL Competition Committee adds 2 rule change proposals, including one to address a Bill Belichick strategy. The NFL's successful coach may have a new rule unofficially named after him. And Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving would have joined the Knicks if the team was run halfway decent. According to Jared Dudley, Durant and Irving, of course, wound up choosing the crosstown rivals, Brooklyn Nets. That's where they're playing now. That's it. That's a look at sports.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is KXO AM FM at kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
And in the world of finance, the stock markets were closed yesterday because of Good Friday. Even so, this was the best of weeks, and it was the worst of weeks for the stock market. To start with the worst, we learned that 6.6 million more people filed for unemployment for the first time for a 3-week tally of more than 16 million, and taking the jobless rate up to 10% or more, even as it likely underestimates the number of people who haven't been able to get through to overburdened state unemployment systems. The best part may have been just as unsettling. Stocks had their best week in over 4 decades, with the Dow up 12.67%, S&P 500 gaining 12.1%, and the NASDAQ up 10.59%. In fact, 2 sectors of the S&P 500 chartered their strongest week ever. The chart above, the chart that was released shows the sector's performance with data from Dow Jones market data. The real estate sector was only launched in 2016. Historical data before that is back-tested. All other sector data dates back to 1989. So there you go, the best week ever, even though it was shortened by the Good Friday. Got your weather coming up next.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
Goddard's Gold. What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
The high temperature yesterday, 63 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 53.01 inches of rain overnight. The National Weather Service says a lingering low pressure system will move through today after a brief break into Sunday morning. Another upper level disturbance will bring additional rain chances to mainly the higher terrain for later Sunday into Monday. Much drier conditions by the middle of next week will accompany rapidly warming temperatures, with the highs climbing into just above normal by the end of next week. Weather forecast calling for partly cloudy skies today, then gradually becoming sunny. Highs right near 74, west and northwest winds at around 5 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, overnight lows around 55. Southwest winds at around 10 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny skies, highs right near 80. Breezy throughout the day. West wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Sunday night, mostly clear skies, overnight lows around 57. Breezy throughout the night, Sunday night. Mostly sunny on Monday. Highs right near 80. Breezy throughout the day. West wind 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20 miles per hour at times. And right now, we're looking at 52 degrees, 93% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality is good for most of the region. Still no word on Brawley. We don't know what's going on with Brawley. Everywhere else, air quality is good. Coming up on 8 o'clock, CBS News at the top of the hour. 6 minutes of news and information just ahead.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
CBS News on the Hour, presented by Capital One Bank.
I'm Steve Futterman in Los Angeles. New York City public schools fall victim to coronavirus again. Schools in the nation's largest city will not reopen this school year. Mayor Bill de Blasio made the announcement this morning.
We have no idea at this point if there's going to be anything like a graduation ceremony this year, but we do know that So many of our seniors can graduate on time if we support them properly.
Officials continue to debate when will be the right time to allow businesses forced to shut down to reopen. Here's CBS's Nicole Killian.
The New York Times obtained projections from the Departments of Homeland Security and Health and Human Services that show cases could spike if stay-at-home orders are lifted after 30 days. Officials with both agencies declined to comment on the documents to CBS News.
When we decide at a proper time when we're going to be relaxing some of the restrictions, there's no doubt you're going to see cases.
As millions of unemployed workers hang in the balance, the IRS announced automatic stimulus payments will start going out next week.
Many churches are making adjustments to their Easter services tomorrow, including one church in San Antonio.
I got boxes of masks, which is a good thing.
Typically, your pastor isn't prepared with masks and gloves for Sunday service. But times are different, and Pastor Jimmy Robles is changing how he does things.
Taking it one step at a time.
They've been live streaming services at Last Chance Ministries over Facebook. On Wednesday, his church opened doors for its first in-person service since the stay-home work-safe order went into effect. Members were asked to leave several seats between each other for social distancing. But for Easter Sunday, Pastor Robles decided it would be best to do a drive-in service.
People that know me in the city, they know my heart, and I would never want to put anyone in harm.
That report from Holly Stauffer of station KENS. There are people who are used to isolation. CBS's Stephen Kaufman found one such man in Colorado.
Billy Barr isn't too concerned about the coronavirus. Having lived alone in a remote cabin in Gothic, Colorado for 48 years, Barr likely won't see another human being till late spring. His advice to fellow Americans stuck at home because of the pandemic: have a routine.
If you're being isolated and having certain things that you do all the time, for me it's a routine of chores and skiing and watching a movie and reading and stuff like that.
Barr says he wants as little human contact as possible. Stephen Kaufman, CBS News.
Britain today reports 917 deaths in the last 24 hours. Right now, the worldwide death toll, according to Johns Hopkins, more than 103,000. Italy remains the country with the most deaths, nearly 19,000. This is CBS News.
Why settle for average? With Capital One, you can open an account with a savings rate 5 times the national average. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet? Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
Rock Stars at Home, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Rocker Roger Daltrey recently returned to visit his childhood home. Turns out, it's a pretty special place of residence.
This here is the house we moved to when I was 11 years old. This is the house where I made my first guitar. And that room up there was my mother's bedroom. That's where the Who started.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get guaranteed low prices and excellent customer service. And O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
This is the Frells family. They live on a piece of land they call greener pasture, and they work on it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. With its durable construction and features that hook up to dozens of attachments with ease, no job is too tough. The Frells family runs with us, because this is more than just land. It's home. Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1 Series tractor for just $99 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
As many Easter traditions are being forced to adjust because of coronavirus, worshipers around the world today will be able to go online to see one of the holiest items of the Catholic Church. Here's CBS's Sabina Castelfranco.
As the Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte extended the country's lockdown until May 3rd, a special online exposition of the Shroud of Turin will take place on Holy Saturday to allow the faithful to pray for an end to the coronavirus pandemic. A prayer service in front of the shroud will be live streamed along with pictures of what many believe was the burial cloth of Jesus and bears the signs and wounds of his passion and death. Sabina Castelfranco, CBS News, Rome.
And worshipers from other faiths have also had to make adjustments during this Holy Week. Jews around the world this week had to adjust their Passover celebrations. I'm Steve Futterman, CBS News.
These are unprecedented times, which are causing a lot of stress and financial worry for millions of Americans. But here's some good news. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, Optima Tax Relief can reduce the stress in your life by helping you resolve your tax debt right from the safety of your own home. Make no mistake, you don't want to ignore the IRS right now. They can take your paycheck and everything you work so hard for. But with Optima on your side, you may qualify for help that saves you thousands. Their tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for taxpayers across the nation. So now's the time. For tax help you need, for tax help you trust. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with George Gale.
The sweet guy. He's a genius guy. Not so pretty, but awfully sweet.
AM 1230.
Oh, I'm glad you're here because I want you to hear this.
KXO.
1230, KXO.